Hi guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be touching up a little bit more elaborate on a comment that a fellow YouTuber by the name of Guero Quintero Salazar asked about multiple agencies being corrupt or an entire agency being corrupt. And to tell the truth, it's more common than you actually think. It is quite common actually. For the reason being, some actual law enforcement higher ups are actually elected. So therefore, when you have an election, you have potential, you know, political parties on either end, and you can become subject to a quite a bit of obligations if a certain group puts you into actual office. And primarily, how they'll start it off, and it'll be by the other actual political group, to be honest. And this happens in smaller towns, mostly in smaller towns, just for the fact that it's more of a small knit community. So, how the actual FBI conducts these actual operations, they'll show up one morning and they will have all the actual officers. It's as if they're going to shut down an actual police station. Okay? They're actually gather up at shift change, so that therefore you have quite a bit both coming on and leaving the shift. So they'll have a mustered, and at that point they'll close the doors and they'll ask for everybody's weapons and everybody's everything that the actual police department issued to them, would it be communication equipment, bullets, weapons, helmets, any kind of thing that was issued to you by that department will actually have to be turned in. And as soon as they do this, they'll give each individual an explanation of exactly what's going on. And some of them are actually not part of the actual conviction. They're not part of the actual investigation, but it has to be conducted just in case uh, they don't like what they see. So, and plus, they're going to do some more investigation. So, therefore, they don't know if that actual person is involved or not, you know. And a locksmith will come right behind them and actually change the locks. So therefore, nobody's able to go in or get anything out of there, and the FBI does their thing. And and this will be mostly because of the fact that they need to actually weed out exactly who is doing what and who saw, who can testify, who can give them more actual information. And to tell you the truth, it happened to us. It happened to me a couple of times, and for different reasons. And but the majority was for just for drug screening, just a drug test. We had at least we wouldn't go 6 weeks without having a drug test. And we'll have it one day, and a couple of days we'll have another one, and we won't have one for 6 weeks. So they changed it up, and and it's no fun. It's even if it's your day off, or you're not on the actual hours at that actual time. So they'll come in there and they'll shut it all down, and primarily they'll start off with payroll. They'll start off with actual overtime and time cards for actual excessive abuse of hours. Say, for example, supervisor, he has an actual detail at a concert. Now, the supervisor would like to enjoy this concert and invites his spouse or a friend or even a coworker. They'll go to this actual concert and actually put on the actual time card that they actually were conducting business, actually part of that detail, when they're just enjoying themselves, having dinner, having a couple of drinks. And you put on there that you're actually working detail, but You know, you're not. You're there on a social visit, on your and having a social with social acquaintances. So that's one way that they can actually start off with. Another, if there's actual funds missing from any type of fundraiser, whether it be for the coffee for the station or the actual Explorer program, you know, or for equipment, for weapons, any type of fundraiser that actually can be tracked that someone actually took funds illegally. That's another one there too. So basically, they'll shut this whole police station down, and uh, most likely, the most majority of the time, the local sheriffs will actually take responsibility for the jurisdiction for that police station. And then they'll clean it up in a few weeks. You know, in a few weeks it'll be back to normal. But they just have to actually do a thorough investigation, and majority is politically driven. You know, and that's just the way it is. You know, it's just hate, or somebody will hate, and what you might think is not a big deal, it can be. You know, it actually can be a big deal. You know, and sometimes when you read these actual reports of the actual reason that people get fired, I mean, you just like remember that I did a actual video on somebody took a blanket, and then somebody took sunglasses, somebody took extra pair of tires for their own vehicle, gasoline. You know, unfortunately, people are good at these kind of actual scams and schemes, and they can make it appear as something different. For example, your gas, you can make it appear for something totally different, for names or something like that, or actual. If you're out in the bar, you use your company card, you can actually tell the waiter, "Hey man, cook it something, make it look like food, so I can expense it." Just different scenarios that you can get yourself into trouble actually. And the littlest things can come and get you, you know. And that's just one reason how yeah, actually an agency will get shut down. And basically, you know, the FBI goes in there, shuts it down, starts all over again, you know. And sometimes it's good, it's better that way. That way, you get off to a fresh start with a new command, you know, because that command will definitely be able to leave. They will not get hired again. The higher ups, they will not at that station, I should say. Okay, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.